going to be?
Disaster.
Yeah, right.
But if you make a right time, a wrong decision,
Lost opportunity.
you're going to have a resistance from your followers. Because it's a time is right, but the decision is wrong. You're going to get resistance, and you're going to lose the opportunity. Like same thing, and same thing vice versa. If you have a wrong timing and right decision, again you are going to face the resistance from your followers. So obviously you have to have right time and the right decision. And sometime you need that circle or somebody in your circle who can pinpoint and who can direct you to go over that. Unless you are gifted and talented, that's fine. So, the wrong allocation and the wrong time leads to disaster. So, give a couple examples of that. Like we read in the book about the Katrina, correct?
Yeah.
So that's a one example. Any other, forget that that was John's observation. Any example in the history?
You know, like 911 is another example, I guess, right? Or 911.
Yeah.
911.
How?
I was thinking like,
I was like, did I say that wrong?
No, but I'm just curious. You said that. How did you explain that?
Like Juliana, the way he handled 9/11, I think he had great intuition.
Mm-hmm.
He handled it properly, and I mean, he didn't. One thing this book talks about experience, and that's probably gives you better intuition. But I guess for that situation,
Mm-hmm.
you really don't have experience. He just had
Mm-hmm.
like his understanding of situations and his intuition made him
Mm-hmm.
to react properly.
Rising to the occasion.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Any other example comes in your mind?
I think the one example I'm trying to think of is, I know there's a couple of examples I'm thinking of, I can't really explain it. With the Volkswagen, the emissions,
Mm-hmm.
the emissions testing.
Mm-hmm.
I know that was pretty bad timing, and I heard they did a bad job of handling that.
Yeah, it is.
Like a really, really bad job. And then the other example I could think of was the new Galaxy phones or something like that. That they got.
The batteries blew up?
Yeah, the batteries blew up,
Yeah.
and they were saying that there were a couple of tests, but they didn't do anything about it. But then they had to recall like millions of it and lost like billions. I don't know about billions, but they lost a lot of money. Some executive, I guess, did something wrong.
Like I can give you a very big example. If you remember, in 2001 and 2, there was a merger between Mercedes and Chrysler, right? And I was finishing my master's in business, so that was my final year. Like, you have to write a paper, so that was my project I did. Final papers, thesis on that. So that was an amazing. I mean, they didn't have the whole, like, you all are business people, so in business, when there is a merger or acquisition or whatever, they have a whole process to go through, like it's called change process. So you have to, both the companies have to learn each other first. But they never did it. One morning they woke up, one plane landed at JFK Airport, and other landed at right there in Germany. And 89 Germans walked into the Montville office in New Jersey, the Mercedes headquarters, and 68 Americans walked in Stuttgart, the factory. One was ignorant group, other was ignorant group, kind of thing. They both nations are called, one is ignorant, another is arrogant nation. But the Germans, they only know how to build cars. That's all they know. And Americans, they know how to sell. Now, Americans are in Germany telling how to build a car.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And these Germans who came here, New Jersey, sitting here and telling us how to sell a car. What a disaster was. If you remember those. The company went into the toilet for 2 years. Because it's no common sense was used. No change process was done. And they were just wrong timing and wrong decisions. It was totally a disaster. Then they had to back up. And now they are separated. And now Mercedes is again up. Because first of all, Chrysler never, ever, ever built a car. They always build trucks, cranes, high energy equipments. And now they are telling Mercedes to build car. How it's gonna work? See, I think these guys were telling Germans how to sell car. They don't sell in Germany, you know. Selling is only in United States and Canada. Like North Americans, we sell. We literally sell. They do only order taking. They just take orders. There's no negotiation there. Think about that. So,
So what are the sales, are there any salesmen?
huh?
I mean, do they have?
Yeah, I mean, they have a salesman. It's not called salesman there. They call product specialists. They are product specialists to deliver cars, to show the buttons and gadgets. But numbers are numbers. They don't negotiate. The Mercedes, which my brother is driving right now, like an E-Class, he's like $65,000 car here. You know, the same car, in Germany is 92,000.
Wow.
What is that nonsense? But that is.
Wow.
In London, it's 92,000. Dubai, 115,000. Same car. Here, 62,000, and I have to negotiate up to the penny. That's called selling.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a very tough market. We know how to sell. So that was a disaster. One example I can give you. That was the worst merger I have ever seen among those two companies.
You worked there at the time?
Yeah, I mean, I was in those days I was in Acura, but I was in car industry, but I was finishing my MBA. So that was my final paper about merger and acquisition. I took that and I wrote that.
So it worked out for you.
Yeah, and it was just an example, and I did interviews with other people too, and I did very well. So in this law, I mean, we have to have, there are a few factors, like we have to, understanding of the situation is very important for the law of timing. Then second factor is maturity. Leaders' motives must be right, not selfish. If he's selfish, he's going to have a wrong timing then. Same thing, confidence. The leader must know what has to be done, and which stems from understanding and maturity. Then decisiveness. Strong leaders make strong decisions and gain trust. Then experience, either through their own past or through learning the wisdom of other leaders. Intuition, like you mentioned. The law of intuition, know the morale and the momentum. And then preparation. If the conditions are not right, leader must create those conditions, set up your team for success. So you have to create those conditions before you apply those decisions. So that's the law of timing. So timing is everything. When to lead is as important as what to do and where to go. Timing is often the difference between success and failure in an endeavor. Living the law of timing, every time a leader makes a move, there are only 4 outcomes. Number 1, the wrong action at the wrong time leads to disaster. Number 2, the right action at the wrong time brings resistance. Proper timing requires understanding, maturity, confidence, decisiveness, experience, and preparation, like we discussed. Number 3 is the wrong action at the right time is a mistake. And then right action at the right time results in success.
Faz, before you go ahead, I just wanted to add on the second one of these.
Mhm.
It's very evident, sometimes a leader knows what the answer is intuitively right away, they know where they're gonna get there.
Mhm.
But the people aren't ready, and the people wanna be heard, and the people have to go through a process.
Mhm.
That's part of getting to the right time.
Mhm.
So even though if you understand what the eventual action is gonna be, if the organization isn't ready, you need to go through steps to get people ready so that they will see that the right action is the right action. And that happens at the right time, I
Yes,
just think that adds.
That's a
absolutely.
good point, yeah.
Yeah, it's very. Number 5 is, like Winston Churchill described it this way, there comes a special moment in everyone's life. A moment for which that person was born. That special moment when he seizes will fulfill his mission, a mission for which he is uniquely qualified. In that moment, he finds greatness. It is his finest hour. Number 6, this is what we call being in the right place at the right time, with the right awareness. Number 7, this law is easy to see in sports. This timing issue is about when to pass, jump, stop, go, swing, punch, block, or duck. Timing matters. Number 8, in business, it's when to buy, sell, grow, hold, bid, decline, invest, spend, or save. Timing matters. Number 9, in horticulture, it's when to plant, water, feed, prune, spray, graft, clip, or harvest. Timing matters. Number 10, in relationships, it's when to meet, greet, love, discipline, give, take apart, challenge, or praise. Timing matters. Number 11, in leadership, it's when to hire, fire, promote, demote, forge ahead, slow down, rein in, empower, hold accountable, give reward, buckle down, or celebrate. Timing matters. Leading others to the law of timing. If you want your organization, department, or team to move forward, you must pay attention to timing. Only the right action at the right time will bring success. No leader can escape the law of timing. Some additional thoughts from the book is teaching statements for the timing that my organization is always lagging behind. It takes my followers a long time to warm up to an idea. My team complains that they just get used to an idea, program, or initiative, and I'm on something else. They say I'm wearing them out. So the law of timing is a real responsibility of a leader to make right time decisions. Any more thoughts about this?
It's vital.
Yes,
It's vital.
it's timing. It's a very, very, and this is a responsibility of a leader. You can't expect from your followers to make decisions on time, when to do and how to do kind of things. So let's move on to the law number 20. The law of explosive growth. It is the leader's job to build the people who are going to build the organization.
May I ask one question about the last law?
Sure, yeah.
And feel free to give your input on
Yeah,
this. This kind of conflicts, I think, with the law of navigation, with the person who sees the horizon far ahead, but then bringing all these people to it, kind of like you were saying with the second. How do you get those people to see the same vision? How do you get them to that point and overcome resistance. Because it seems to clash with the law of navigation where you should see